Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, friends of the art of Japanese prints. Welcome for another edition of the video productions by the Artelino company. Our video productions are always about Japanese prints. But let me introduce myself. My name is Dieter Onshura, but just call me Dieter, and I'm the owner of the Artelino company. The Artelino company sells Japanese prints in weekly online auctions like this one, a lovely one by Hiroshige. Well, my friends, so roughly 25 years ago, a long time ago, when I began to become serious about Japanese prints, of course I was a beginner, didn't have much idea about this field of collecting, and started to read books, and that was frustrating because these books were full of special terms that I had never heard about before. This is typical for many collector fields. And these words were like ukiyo-e or sumo-e or nishiki-e or senso-e and musha-e and kacho-e. You notice it starts all with an E, A in European pronunciation or E in English. And today's video is about kacho-e or kacho-e. And it targets clearly at beginners. So today's video is not about high-level experts. So what are kacho-e or kacho-ga? Well, E or E is the Japanese word for an image or a picture. And what is ga? Ga is precisely the same. You see how easy it is. So what is kacho-e or kacho-ga? Well, when you don't know something, you usually go to Google, and if you shouldn't find it there, then go to the Artelino website. The Artelino website is more than just an auction site. It offers a lot of contents, and among others, it offers also an encyclopedia. So let's go there, and let's see if we can find that. Okay, that is here, the Artelino website, and here in the section ukiyo-e collection, that's where we have all the contents. And there, encyclopedia, you see, meaning of kacho-ga. Let's go down. Beautiful image. You see a bird and you see plants from a tree. Kacho-ga are Japanese prints showing birds and or flowers. Kacho-e has the same meaning and is used more often than kacho-ga. This is it. You see how easy it is, yeah? So basically, we could finish this video right now. But my friends, I want to tell you a little bit more, want to present you the major artists of kacho-e or kacho-ga. And of course, I want to show you a few very nice images of kacho-e. The origins of kacho-e are in early Chinese and Japanese paintings. And there were two heyday periods for kacho-e or kacho-ga, it's the same. The first one was roughly during the first half of the 19th century, and the second one was during the first half of the 20th century. Let's start with the 19th century, and there are two famous artists who are most important for kacho-e. One is Hokusai Katsushika. You know the guy. He's the artist who created this famous print, The Great Wave of Kanagawa, with this huge wave and that small boat and Mount Fuji in the background. Everybody knows it, yeah? And the other one was Hiroshige Ando. Ando Hiroshige, famous for his 36 views of Mount Fuji and for his stations of the Tokaido. And Hiroshige Ando, he created roughly 200 kacho-e starting in the early 1830s. Usually in small format, like the one you saw before at the beginning of the video, and a little bit skinny and high. And his kacho-e prints, critics say, they show the birds and other animals frozen in motion, as if they were well-composed snapshots by a camera. But of course, 1830, there was no camera. Ando Hiroshige was a genius. You see here in the background 4 prints by Ando Hiroshige. Very typical for the format and the subject. Well, the second period of heydays for Kacho-e was the Shinhanga art period. This was an art period, a kind of renaissance of the old ukiyo-e woodblock printmaking during, also from 1910 until 1950, early 60s, but mainly in the 1920s and 1930s. And well, there was an outstanding artist who produced Kacho-e. His name is Koson Ohara. But I also want to mention 2 more, Ito Sotsan and Imao Kainen, and of course there are many others, but I want to mention just these. And in the next step, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at a few images. I told you before that the Artelino website is not just an auction site. We show a lot of contents, and among others, we offer you more than 1,000 articles about Japanese prints. And what I'm going to show you now is from one of these articles. It's about Kacho-e by Ohara Koson. To find these articles, go to this is here the main navigation, go to ukiyo-e collection and select ukiyo-e articles. Let's take a look at a few of these images. Yeah, let's scroll down a little bit. You see beautiful, yeah? Okay, these are ducks or swans and well, even a hen. Typical Kacho-e. Another one I told you, Ito Sotsan, birds. Let's take a closer look. On these articles you find a lot of nice images, and when you click on one, okay, you come to a separate page with a little bit more information. Nice black background. I love this one, and we have this design from the Muller collection every now and then, by the way, also in our auctions. And the last article that I want to show you, it's an article about the famous Muller collection. Robert O. Muller was a famous dealer and collector, mainly of Shinhanga. He died in 2003, and he left a huge collection of prints, of unbelievable prints of the Shinhanga art movement mainly, and of the finest quality. 3,000 of his collection went into a museum and the rest into the market and in auctions. You can rather often buy prints from this Muller collection, and these are 4 examples, all by Koson Ohara. Okay, these were a few examples of Kacho-e. There is a Japanese proverb. It goes something like Takana no hana, and it means flower on a high peak. And it means a beautiful object which, however, is out of your reach. If you're a collector of Japanese prints, or if you like fine art, Kacho-e is not out of your reach, because there are the Artelino art auctions, the weekly auctions of Japanese prints. And currently we have this wonderful print in our auction. That is auction number 1637, and it started on July 12, and it will end tomorrow, July 19th, and we have the year 2020, just in case you should watch this video a few years later, of course. Well, so much. I would be pleased to see you in our weekly auctions, and I would be pleased to see you for our next video, always about Japanese prints. Goodbye and take care of yourself.